acknowledging that what lies on the other side is more beautiful, and so I focus my mind on that thing that I am looking at, and whatever is trying to distract me at this level, I'll acknowledge it, yes, and I'll let go. And the third thing is sacrifice is required to succeed. He said, though we always say change is a constant, it is very, very important to understand, to realize, I think we all realize that living in your comfort zone or living for immediate gratification will never permit you to get to know yourself. There are moments when you just have to let go of some of those things that you really want. For example, this morning, on a cold morning like this, the best thing that can happen to you is to sleep in. The best thing that can happen to you this morning is to just cover yourself up and sleep through the day. But when you look at so many things ahead of you, you're like, what do I really want to do for today? What do I want to achieve for today? And you say, okay, I'm just going to let go of this comfortable sleep just for today, because there's something I'm seeing that requires that I make the sacrifice. I was just telling you that for the past couple of days, the only thing I want to do is sleep. I dislocated my left shoulder yesterday, 2 days ago. I have a cold. I am still tired because I just came back. All of these things, I just want to say, let me just sleep in, I deserve it. And again, I'm like, there's something greater that I'm seeing and I'm doing. And for the sake of all of this, I will let go of this moment of trying to want to be comfortable for the sake of what we have as vision ahead of us. So it's very important. And finally, improvement is a never-ending process. And so your success today, tomorrow will be probably one of your greatest, I don't want to call it weakness, but it will be one of those things that when you look at tomorrow, you'll be like, something that was celebrated today, tomorrow you turn and look at it and you're like, no, there's so much more than that. And so improvement is something that is never ending. And with that in mind, it brings me to the principal purpose for that video, which is what many people ignore when they want to plan, when they want to set goals. It is not about the planning process itself or the goal setting process itself. It is about the mindset you hold when you do that. The mindset that took you from January to now might not take you from now to probably September or maybe December. It might not sustain you. It might not. And so pausing most of the time to think, evaluate, realign, and then refocus is important, because the mindset that you need, especially if you see change is a constant, if you don't evolve here, you stagnate. The same things that worked for you. You bear with me, even in companies, when you're doing your performance review, for example, you can do your performance review maybe 6 months out of that. There's some things that review maybe from January till now, if you do half a year. And probably your supervisor or your say, performance will say, I went above and beyond, great year, all of that. And then these same things, if the next 6 months you have to do the same things, that same supervisor who told you will tell you, you need to go beyond, you need to do more, can do better. It's not like what you did was bad. It's just that because you've attained that level, they expect you to go one step ahead. And it is the same thing when you're setting goals for your life, or you're planning out the things you want to achieve. There's always need for the mindset to be in place. The mindset that says, I'm grateful for all I've had. I'm even grateful for the things that didn't work. But from this point onward, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do different. I'm open to change. I'm open to a new way of seeing things. I'm open to a new way of thinking. I'm enlarging my mind. I am giving space for improvement. It is the mindset that makes the change. It's not really the goal or the plan you lay out per se. You can have the best plan, and in 3 months I ask you what happened. Master, Not that you were not willing. The mindset of this wasn't favorable enough to spur you to action. So it's about what you're thinking about when you're thinking. So you always need to catch yourself thinking. Have you ever paused to think about the things you think about? I mean, you're thinking and then you stop and you're like, that is where the change occurs. I mean, you're like, it didn't work this one, it didn't work this time, past 3 months, it didn't work, and just pause and tell yourself, hey, why am I thinking it's not going to work? What is the cause of that? And when you begin to think about your thoughts, like Nicole says, I just need to question the things that seem like the norms. What happens is you begin to open avenues for new things. You begin to see different perspectives. You begin to see things from a different light. You begin to see probably why it didn't even work. And you begin to see the reason why it's not working, and the most underlying reason why things don't work is fear.
Yes.
Sometimes we are afraid, but we don't know we are afraid. The fear is so deep seated within that you don't know it doesn't exist. And as you say, no, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid. That alone is an indication that you're afraid. This thing is not fear, it's just that. It's just what? It's fear. And it's not even fear that somebody is going to do something. It's very simple. Fear of the unknown. What if it doesn't succeed? What if it succeeds? Reverse engineering, right? What if it doesn't succeed? What if it does succeed? It changes everything. It changes everything. You realize that you're so happy and you want to do it. Because as humans, we emit energy, right? We have what we call our auric fields. We have auras. And nature responds to the aura you emit. There is nothing you can do about that. If you are afraid, the things you are afraid of, you're calling them to you. And it begins here, and then it translates to your auric field, which surrounds you. I'm trying to run many people if you don't get into this. It doesn't work. Your soul surrounds you. It's what carries you. And what surrounds your soul is what we call your auric field. That's the energy that preserves and keeps you. And when you begin to weaken it, probably by the kind of thoughts you have, you open room for anything. And when you begin to fortify it, sometimes, and most of the time, that's what we encourage you a lot, to meditate, to contemplate. You strengthen the things you think about and the things you attract. And so all of these fears are the things that are stopping us, all of us, from getting the results we want. It's not people. It's not necessarily the absence of money. We do it to ourselves. And so the things you purpose to achieve by now, and it is not done, if you were to take time to honestly evaluate, you realize that it's not really that you didn't have the right people around you, or you didn't have the means. Probably you even had more money than you've ever had in your life, yet nothing to show for. Fear. And so planning and goal setting goes beyond just writing, thinking about things. It's about having the appropriate mindset, the mindset that favors change, that favors transformation. And that is why most of the time, when you ask people, which brings me back to that question, who are you? Most people people will tell you what they do, what they have, not who they are. If you look at the pre-work, I asked you a question. What is your why? That is what defines you. And that is what favors your goals, favors your plans, and gives you the drive to achieve them. So if the why of your existence is not clear, the slightest challenge, you will take one step back and you say, probably it wasn't meant for me. It was meant for you. And deep down within you know this thing is meant for me. But the clarity of your vision, the clarity of your focus, the clarity of your purpose is what sustains every plan and every goal you will ever set. And that's why in the pre-work I asked you to review first. Go back. Just look at what's been happening to you. Take time and look at it. And something many people don't do. Again, why? Fear. You don't want to come face to face with the reasons why things are not happening the way they're supposed to happen. You don't want to acknowledge that I could have failed in this. But if I were to ask it this way, review and tell me the things and the obstacles and the people that prevented you from going ahead. Immediately you start listing names, listing circumstances, listing situations. The only thing you will not think about is yourself. Because it's very important when you review the things that you have done, when you review and you take honest stock of your life from January to now, or maybe from April till now. Like I said, don't go too far to avoid overwhelm. You just focus on 90 days. 90 days chunk. It's very, very important. This is achievable. Focus on it. For the past 3 months, what did I do? What happened? How did it happen? Remember, especially those who are for the vision board, it's easy because you already have the vision. You set it. You already saw 2023. You have it aligned before you. You see it in front of you every day. 6 months later, what's happening? When you review, the next thing is you want to start thinking of what you could have done or what could have happened to make it better or different. And that's another honest self-evaluation. Nobody can do that. That is why it's pre-work. It's for you and you alone. You do it yourself, you evaluate yourself, you analyze yourself, and you think about it and you come to your conclusion yourself. Because again, it's about you. And then when you've done all of this, now you want to say, okay, this is where I failed. This is what happens. So I want to go, I want to refocus. And I'm like, okay, this is what does that cost me, all of this. Let me focus. Let me start all over. Let me move. Which brings us to where we are. Very first thing, that's why in that book pre-work, you see, the very last thing I'm asking you is, what's your why? After having reviewed and done all these things, it's just helping you to go and ask those questions, and at some point in time you're like, but all these goals have set, all these things have been initiated, for what reason? And your why must be bigger than you. It must be bigger than you. If not, you will not have the strength enough. Or when you achieve it in 6 months, 5 months, what next? The degree to which you see, this is so true. I'm not preaching here. I'm not prophesying. The degree to which you see determines how long you live. If you see till 2023, 24, 25, that's how much you will yourself to live. If you have a vision that sees 2035, 2040, 2050, 2060, you will yourself to live to that time because your mind and you've traveled to that time. That's why I say all of us are energy beings. We are beyond this skin. Beyond this skin, this body is just an envelope that carries something that is so big. And so you want to see beyond Just what is happening in the immediate. Just myself, my family. If I were to leave this earth tomorrow, what do I want people to hold in their minds about me? What do I want to leave for my children? I was telling somebody recently that I fear a lot for our generation because we don't realize that the things we leave behind as parents, as brothers, as sisters, as elders is the foundation on which our children will stand. If you were an evil person, even if your child became the best person on earth, your reputation will ruin your child's. They will not say, this is Georgette, for example. They will say, this is Georgette, Nicole's daughter. And whatever people hold in their mind of Nicole applies to Georgette. And there's nothing you can do about it. And so the things we're going to lay down as our goals, it has to contribute to a purpose that is bigger than us. So that we can live, truly live. That is when you live your life, you sense deep within that I have lived this life. I didn't just exist. When I get up in the morning and I go about my activities, it can be something so small. Which brings me to another point. Your goal should not be to be Superman. Nobody is asking you to save the planet. And that is the mistake many people make. Nobody is asking you to save the planet. Even if they gave you a lifetime, you will not do it. Just asking you that thing that you really want to do it very well. It could be just helping children to cross the road every day on their way to school. Ensure that every child crosses the road safely. No accidents, nothing, no hazards. You think it's small, but the number of families you are sparing grief, countless. You will never know them, you will never see them, but you contributed to humanity in a very big way. So your goal is not supposed to be something that is outrageously big. It's something that is purposeful. Purposeful. In this time and age that we're living in, we have seen all, we have heard all. It's like we've gone full circle, right? Mm-hmm. Things that used to happen in the 60s, the 70s, things they used to wear in the 60s, it's like we've just gone round and we've come back to the beginning and we're leaving again. And probably we're going to go round again. So it's cyclical. It's cyclical. So there's nothing new under the sun. And so that goal you want to set, don't be afraid. And say, this person is doing it. What difference can I bring? The person is doing it, but that person is not you. The person does not have your touch. The same thing I'm saying, if each and every one of us were to say it, everyone would be like, true. It's the same thing. But our delivery, based on who we are, is different. And so you don't look at what you have as a goal. Look at what you have as a plan. And you simplify it because it's not as big as the other person's own. You're not only missing out on the time of your life, you're missing out on leaving your mark in this world. If it was just to live for the sake of living, I'm tired. Over 40 years on earth. I'm over 40. Over 40 years on earth. I'm like, what should I really be living for? And these are the questions that guide the things you want to set for yourself. It has to guide the things you want to set, the goals you want to set, and the different projects you want to undertake. Let it not be business as usual. Let it be something that really makes you happy. And so I'm going to give you this exercise, and I want you to think in line of what I just said. This is the exercise, I'm already talking. Imagine that today was the best day of your life. How would you want this best day, this ideal day to look like? that you wake up in the morning and you are thinking, and you say, this is my best day ever. How would you want that day to be? I want you to think about it. And I want you to write down that day. What are you going to do when you wake up in the morning? Where will you go to? What would you do? What would you say? What would you say? What will happen to make that day your best day ever? 5 minutes, I want you to write that. Oh yeah. Remember, it's your best day ever. If you already lived it, then you already know it. If you have it in your mind, you already know it. If you don't have it in your mind, that's okay.
Okay, my best day will actually be a future best day. So, like I'm closing my eyes and I just picture my drivers in black suits, white shirts, and their hats. Many of them sitting on the front row, like 2 rows. I picture all of you coming that day, sitting there. I picture the Minister of Transport coming, and he's part of the person who is going to be at the opening ceremony. I picture everyone sitting down, my mom, my parents, my kids, my siblings, everybody just waiting for that moment when the CEO step up and give a speech of appreciation. And I just picture where everybody will be smiling, the drivers will be smiling, those who have used the service will be smiling. The drivers will be smiling, not smiling facially, like smiling like this particular thing has impacted my life, like it has brought food to my table, it has made my family, because that's actually what I'm doing. Because the concept is like, I want to make like an extra source of income for drivers. Like if you're doing a regular taxi, can you also have an opportunity to work some extra money? So I'm like, those drivers, I will just be smiling with ties and hats, and then I'll just be saying thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my dream.
Best day ever. Who wants to share? Who had difficulty doing this? Okay. All right.
I had difficulty doing this.
Okay.
Let me start from there.
Yeah.
I had great difficulty doing this, but My dream
Your dream.
is to organize conferences and empower young people all over the world. And so my birthday, actually right now I have a conference, I have an intentional woman conference. And so my birthday will be the day that I wake up 4 a.m. as usual. Do my usual morning routine, rituals, pray, work out, meditate and all that. And then make and have breakfast with my family. You know, while chit-chatting, I'm really laughing because sometimes just being able to have, then my kids will be grown so that I won't have to tell them sit there, stand there, or be grown so that they can sit and just, we will talk and laugh like adults. I'll not have to be pulling chairs and holding cups of tea. And then when we do that, I'll have my shower and dress up to the tune of very loud praise. Because when I listen to music while I bathe and dress up, the energy that I go out is just different. And then I'll be going my PA, because I'll have a PA at the time. Will come with the driver to pick me up. And while we are driving to the venue, she'll give me a rundown of how things are going to unfold. And then I'll walk into the hall with hundreds or maybe thousands of women waiting. And I'll be so ready to deliver with so much anointing and really bless so much women. And to me, that day, that just walking into that event and seeing all these women coming out, ready to hear, ready to change, ready to, have a turnaround in their lives will be a highlight of the day for me. And after delivering, I'll go back home and just thank God.
Tearing, just thinking about it. Tears are coming, feeding our eyes. Who else wants to share? Who else? I see your hand coming. That thing is telling you don't, right? It's telling you don't share. It's telling you don't share. I saw it. It took you like that.
Actually, sorry. I follow sharing, so I'm still in it.
That's fine.
Me, my best day would be like I wake up early knowing that I'm getting my daughter married. And
I'm going to tears. This is like That's fine. It's encouragement.
it's like more a feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment. Like, I'm happy to see my daughter getting married. She's a beautiful, strong, talented, and wise. She made the choice of her own. And she knew what she wanted and she went for it. She's married to a very handsome and good man, and like, that's actually, my satisfaction is like my daughters should be tomorrow. Women will be able to stand for themselves. They will not have to live in a world where they have to be, I'll say it in French because it comes in French, subir la société. They will have to live in a world where they're free to live their lives as they want to live their life. So I will get up that morning and knowing that I brought up my daughters in a way that tomorrow, if I'm not there anymore, they will be the women I want them to be.
Because in fact, I wrote nothing. Not because I don't have something to say, but because I'm in the middle of a chaos.
Yes.
And I'm so overwhelmed. I know what to do, but in fact, I don't have time to think about all of that. When I come here, sometimes while I'm going there, you know what to do. But in fact, just to find some quiet time between me and me. Because there are a lot of things going on. I have to think. But I just accept that.
Yes.
I'm listening, taking ideas, even I don't run, I know that I will do that. So count.
It's a process, it's a journey.
I quite remember when I last Act 6, I said I'm involved in real estate, as Auntie Lela just said. I am imagining my happiest day when all these uncompleted projects in Bamenda, in Limbe and in Kribi will be completed, and the engineers hand over the key to me, and we started having tenants that will occupy the investment that we have put in, and they start generating income. And then the best moment is when we have achieved or we have realized this income, and then my family and I for a vacation abroad where we spend quality time and use part of this money to enjoy life in clean environment. And above all, I want to see myself driving in a big Jeep. That is what I'm imagining. And this is my height. I did a very high Jeep. Like this, and the driver will just open the door for me to step down. So that is what I'm imagining, and it's pairing me up. That is clean environment. Very like this. Not in this Cameroon. Not in this Cameroon.
Thank you so much, Jen. Who wants to share? Is anybody? Yes. I'll come in a bit.
Non, ça fait partie. En fait, j'ai eu du mal à classer parce que j'ai beaucoup de best day ever.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great.
Donc quand on va essayer de synthétiser. Je lis comme si je savais pas ce que je voulais, mais c'est comme c'est là. C'est chaotique, mais on va passer. Donc on se lève le matin. Il fait beau. D'abord il fait beau, il fait pas machin. On se lève le matin, il fait beau. On part faire une petite marche. Alors soit au bord d'une rivière, mais la mer ne doit pas être très loin. Donc en gros, l'environnement c'est, il y a la mer ici, un bout de plage, une route propre, la montagne, des chutes d'eau, et une rivière. Donc là je suis en train de marcher le matin, j'ai ma marche matinale. Je le fais très bien, je rentre à la maison, beau panier de fruits exotiques, c'est le petit déjeuner. Je mange tout ça. On est à table. Ma fille là, elle est déjà grande, peut-être 18, 20 ans, je sais pas. On discute, on papote. Alors, il y a un truc qui n'est pas super clair. Il y a peut-être un conjoint, mais je ne sais pas. Mais il y a peut-être une tierce personne. Ça peut, mais si la personne n'est pas là, c'est pas grave. Avec ma fille, c'est très bien aussi. Elle a 18 ans, pas encore. Ma fille, pas encore. C'est mon plan, laisse mon plan. On finit le petit déjeuner et donc chacun va vaquer à ses occupations et moi donc je me prépare parce que j'ai un déplacement et je vais host une conférence à l'étranger. Hi. On va se rencontrer toutes les deux, tous les trois. On va host une conférence internationale. Bon, c'est de l'import, moi c'est de l'import, je sais pas encore si c'est des femmes, il y a un truc qui aidera, qui permettra certainement d'élever les gens dans une dimension quelle qu'elle soit. Élevé, pas forcément spirituel, mais se trouver toujours sur YouTube, ce qu'on fait actuellement. Et puis, alors je sais pas combien de temps je pars, mais je rentre. Bon, parce qu'en fait, c'est pas une journée, c'est une petite semaine. Oui. But when I come back, quand je reviens, je retrouve ma fille. On a notre quality time, donc on fait des choses ensemble, mais En même temps, je suis toujours dans la dynamique de la lead, à développer ses compétences, à faire certains choix ou à poser des jalons qui vont semer des graines en fait qui vont l'aider plus tard. S'intéresser à comment gérer ses finances, comment se développer sur certains aspects, etc. Et puis, je me projette déjà sur la prochaine conférence parce qu'on a quitté peut-être du Japon pour arriver à Cuba. Et voilà, et puis je m'endors en réfléchissant à mes prochaines législations.
I'll take 3 more and then we proceed. There's still so much more.
My best day will be seeing all of you guys at the inauguration of my restaurant, in my own personal site and a permanent site. So that day, I'll wake up in the morning excited to cut the ribbon in my own place, not renting somebody's house. So I'll be so grateful seeing that following the 90-day step and the vision board, I achieve opening my own place on my permanent site. So that's going to be my best day.
Amazing. I'll eat.
But I'll be free food.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
My best day, my dream day is to wake up one Christmas in my dream house with my 5 children, with their husbands or wives, and my grandchildren. Taking breakfast together, taking lunch together. In my house, they've come from other countries to my dream house, and with their husbands or their wives, with my grandkids, and we celebrate Christmas like we've never celebrated before.
Amazing.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I have many best days, but I'll just talk of 2. Okay. I have 4 kids and 1 girl. 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. So my best day will be the day that that girl will get married to a man whom she loves, and the man also loves her. And then those boys are looking to me, they are looking up to me, and each time they'll tell me they want to get married to a woman who is like me. So I tell them it's not going to be easy. Say, Mom, we'll get married to a woman who is like you. We want to get married to a woman who is like you. So I am really praying to God that that day, any of them will get married to a woman whom they feel is like their mother. I'll be very, very happy. I'll be so happy. That will be one of my best days. And the other day is the day I'll be able to get an orphanage. Yes, because we are running one now as a group. My best day that I will really smile is the day that I'll be able to bring those children together, get a house that I've built for them, and give them whatever they want so that they should be satisfied.
Bonjour les sisters. Bonjour. Je n'ai pas de best day, comme on dit, mais je me dis, j'ai un rêve, une journée de rêve. Je me lève dans ma maison de rêve, comme on a dit, dans une chambre pleine de lumière. Je médite. Quand je finis de méditer, je vais passer un coup de fil à mes enfants parce que je suppose qu'ils sont plus avec moi. Je suis chez moi avec mon chéri. Et je me lève, je prends ma douche, je me fais belle. Et je prends un bon petit déjeuner dans ma cuisine, comme ça, spacieuse, avec plein de lumière. Donc je sors et je prends ma voiture, très belle voiture, que je conduis, je suis pas chauffeur. J'adore conduire. Je m'en vais au bureau, je regarde mon bâtiment que j'ai construit. J'entre dans mon bureau qui est aussi spacieux, j'appelle mon assistante, on voit la journée, quelles sont nos commandes, les entrées, on fait le point de la journée.
je visite parce que moi je rêve d'avoir une salle de fête. Donc je fais le point, je regarde, tout va bien, est-ce que les commandes et je passe la journée. En fin de journée, je planifie donc même mes vacances. Je vais aller chez je fais le tour chez mes enfants, pour voir les petits-enfants. Et je rentre chez moi, quand je rentre chez moi, j'espère rentrer dans les 16 heures avec mon chéri. On va faire un petit sport, on rentre à la maison, on se fait un petit resto, un petit film, et on dort.
Ce n'est pas I have just 4 lines.
Yes.
Way back when I was in high school, everybody called me mommy.
Okay.
So I feel like my best day will be when I can put a lot of smiles on so many faces. Children, adults. Like I have like 50 million francs and I give 200,000 for every small man to go. That would be my best day. So the best day of my life will probably be when I can impact the life of children, women, those who lack, without me being affected.
Yes.
I might do that now in small quantities, but I wish to do more, but I can't. So the day I can do more and don't feel the stress, I think that will be my best day.
Amazing. Can you? Coming back to that, honestly, tell me, how do you feel after that exercise? Emotional?
So fulfilled.
Fulfilled? Motivated, relieved? Excited? Frustrated? I love that answer. I want to know why. It's very important.
Frustrated because looked like my objective, my aim is very strong.
Okay.
Out of touch.
Okay. So it frustrates you?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's why I want to plan, right? So we bring it within reach. Amazing. Now, the reason why I asked us to do this exercise is because visualization is one of the very first steps towards achieving what you want. As far as you can see, that's how far you can reach. What your mind has done is that it has traveled beyond time, beyond the present, and has gone into your future and has brought it to you. Nobody did that. You did it yourself. You just envisaged it. And it's like it's very palpable. And that's why the emotions could rise. Because it's like it's something you can touch with your hands. It's like, I can touch this, I can feel it, I can sense it. That contributes to your mindset. When you're able to hold a picture of what you really want out of your life, the things that will really make you happy, it will motivate you to move forward. But it's very important. If you had difficulty doing this, it's not that you don't have it in your mind. It's just that maybe, like Nicole said, there's so many things going on. And what you're doing right now is you're figuring out which is important for me. What is important for me? What is important for me right now? Because when you have traveled into the future, the next thing you do is you come back to the present and then you start walking towards what you already know is true. If you can see it, I mean really see it in your mind's eyes. This is not the seeing that when you explain to somebody, they'll be like, you know it. It's like it's something that within you, it's so real. Yet when you explain, people are like, okay, yeah. And you don't know how to communicate it. It's so real to you, but to others it's not. So what planning and goal setting does is that it helps you step by step to hit the mark. So if you're able to visualize, like I said, It's not because there is nothing. You're just figuring it out. It's a sign that there are many things. But you want to choose the one that is most important to you. And so you want to give yourself time to ponder over it all. At the end of the day, what really matters to me, to how I see her daughter get married. A happy life. Very deep. With all that's happening today, the best thing that can happen to a parent is for your child to have the best life. Away from all that is happening. And so, seeing your child in that fulfillment, in that definition of success for you, is something you're willing to live for. Establishing that business and having everybody come to celebrate with you and you celebrating others' success. That's what in your mind's eye will make you the happiest. That's what you should pursue. This is what this exercise has done for you. It has helped you narrow down the most important thing for you. And so whatever you are doing is tied to that thing. It could be a job that has nothing to do with it. That job will probably lead you to that path. Those investments probably lead you to that path. Which is a very, very big step to be able to figure out that big goal you want to attain. But now, I want to share with you 5 applicable steps. And I'm going to help you when you are planning, when you are setting those goals. I'm going to help you go through without being overwhelmed, because the problem is not that you don't know what to do. The problem is that you're overwhelmed. So many things and maybe very little time. So many things and not knowing what to do first. So 5 applicable steps. The very first one, categorize your time. Time, 24 hours, is available to everybody. Some people achieve so much in 24 hours. Some achieve some in 24 hours. And some achieve nothing in 24 hours. It's the same 24 hours for everybody. The question is, why should some achieve? Why should some not? One of the reasons could be your usage of time. It's one of the ways to facilitate you achieving that goal you've set. So categorize your time. Very first thing, you want to have focused time. This is time that you focus on your big vision, on your big goals, and most especially those who are into income generating activities. The thing that generates income for you. It will be unwise to spend most of your time, I'll give an example, on social media, browsing, commenting, laughing, and then, well, you have a business. You haven't called a client or a potential client. You haven't reached out to maybe a network or something, or attended something that could lead you to clients, to generating income. You spend your whole day on your social media and you're just browsing and laughing and laughing and laughing. And then that peak hour where your mind is very alert, you're using it to chat and browse. That is wasting quality time. Now you need to know which hours are best for you. I always tell people I'm a morning person. If you wake me up in the morning, you ask me to do anything for you, from morning to like 12, I will do it in no time. But when I start winding down from 12, 1, 2, 3, don't bother me. I will accept that I will drag, because I know I am winding down. Focus is there, but my peak is the morning. So you need to know when you are at your best. Some people it's at night. So focus that time. It means planning, preparing. focus that time to do that thing that is going to lead you to this big vision and that big goal you have. Second, administrative time. That is time that you give to things that, whether you like it or not, you must do. You must do it. You don't have a choice. It's not like, if they gave you, if you were to choose, you say, let me do the one that's generating income. But there is this one, this administrative thing. For a business person, you might be probably maybe going through your books, your accounts, probably responding to emails, probably making some of those calls, but some of those things that don't require too much effort. It's not even going to generate the income, but it's going to participate in the growth of the thing you're doing. And so you must do it. Most of the time I tell people this should be between your break hours, right? 12 to 2. You can just take it and send, you can now go to social media and comment, somebody likes it. Oh, thank you so much, thank you for liking, and then you move. It's not necessarily going to generate income, but you have to do it. It's polite to respond to people. And so you're doing it, you're not obliged to, you necessarily won't like to do it, but you have to do it. And so you need to put that time for that thing. The next is sacred time. To me, this is the most important. Things that are sacred to you and you want to spend more time, do it. It could be time with your family. It could be meditating, it could be reading. Those things that are meant for you. It is you investing in you. I am investing in myself right now. It's not the business anymore. It's not about selling, it's not about buying, it's not about meeting somebody's need. It's about me. It's sacred to you because what is coming from it is for your own good. You need to have that time. It could be your early morning routine. That could be the time where everybody is sleeping. And it's just time for you alone and you want to do the things you want to do for yourself quick, and then before everybody rises and the noise is there, you want to do that. It could be your walk, your morning walk, your evening walk, your afternoon walk, whatever is sacred to you and will contribute to your growth. You need to have that time. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to batch your task. I cannot overemphasize this one. Task batching is one of the things that a lot of people don't yet understand how important it is. A lot of people are so versed with multitasking, which scientifically, multitasking is not very, very efficient. What you see women are multitaskers. In the sense that, have you seen where you start so many things at the end of the day, you're not able to complete one or two. You start, at the end of the day, which one did you finish? Nothing. You did not finish any. That's the danger of multitasking. You're everywhere and at the end of the day, you have nothing concrete in your hand. And so task batching is one of the things that will help you to achieve the things you set for yourself. The process of grouping activities in clusters, especially those that require a common skill or of similar nature, which is very, very important. You want to be able to identify the things you do and the things that require similar abilities, similar ways of doing things, similar tools or resources in order to get results. Probably responding to your emails, data entry, some of those things that are automatic. It's like A on the sheet, A on my computer, B on the sheet, B on my computer. It's low concentration. You don't need too much effort to do that. There is medium concentration. You should be attending meetings, client calls, and then there is high concentration, which could be writing, which could be researching. It requires a lot of thinking. It requires a lot of picking here and there. So it requires high concentration. So you need to know which category the task you are about to do falls under. If it's a low concentration task, for example, it will be what you do, your administrative task, for example. You don't need too much. If you are a mother, for example, you don't need, it's not rocket science for you to get up, take your things to the dry cleaners, go to the supermarket, buy the things for your house. It's low concentration. You don't need too much. You know, it's like tap, tap, and you're back at the office as if nothing happened. Those are low concentration tasks. You can choose to put that between 12 and 2. Pick up your child from school, low concentration task. You You get into your car or you get into a taxi, you drive to the school, you pick up the child, you take the child home, and you're back at the office. You batch those together. I'll pick up my child, I'll stop at the dry cleaners, pick up my things, I'll stop at the supermarket, pick up one or two things, leave them at home, go back to the office. No concentration task. It's not rocket science. And it hasn't taken off your time where you could be. Because it takes at least 25 to 30 minutes for your mind to refocus. So doing this, and then you're like, you're not efficient in any way. And so you want to batch so that when you finish with these similar tasks, you move on to the next category and get it done. And then you move on to the next category and get it done. And so you can assess your efficiency in the day or the way your day unfolds. And then when you know the 3 different kinds of tasks, I want to explain this. What I just explained, let me show you. For example, if you had to compose an email, that's an email, you had to do a client's cold call and you had to research. And then this is what you decide to do. You decide to say, okay, I'm going to compose my email. You have 3 emails to compose here, 3 client phone calls to make, 3 things to research on. And you decide and you say, I'm going to compose 1 email, do 1 client call, do 1 research. Compose the next email, do 1 client call, do 1 research. Compose the next email, do 1 client call, and then do the next. 5 letters. Trouble. If you do this 3 times, how many letters will that be? How many times do you have trouble? Okay. But if you had to compose your 3 emails, call the 3 clients, do the 3 research, and then rest. How much time did you spend? You'll be much more efficient when you batch them and you do them. You finish with this task. You move to this group, move to the next group, and then you rest. You spend less time in that cycle than if you had to go. By the time you get to the 10th round, you're even bored. You're bored. Why? Because you're switching concentration levels. You're moving from something that does not require a lot to something that is medium, to something that is intense, and then suddenly you switch to something that is low. And then you want to come to something that is medium, and then you want to go to something that is intense. The time you take to adapt to each, you've wasted time throughout the day. And you go home tired, you haven't done anything. And that's why it's important to batch similar tasks and tasks that require similar skills, similar resources, and similar environment. For example, writing might require you to be in a quiet, a cool place. Why would you go and write one and then come out from that quiet place and then enter noise? And then make noise, pardon, j'ai notre truc à écrire, j'arrive. And then you go back inside there and you're like, all that is going through your mind is what was just happening here. Why would you be saying that? These people are good. And before you know, you shut it and you're like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Right.
And that is it. And that's how your task keeps piling. And you are frustrated. That is even the worst thing. Because you know that there are deliverables that are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to deliver. And you're at the point where you don't want to do it. And you can't even do it anymore. But how do you go and say you can't do it anymore? You can even tell your boss, so you start saying, you start looking for things that could be reasons why you haven't delivered. You could even start blaming something. That we are l'Internet ne marche pas, je ne sais pas pourquoi. Depuis que je demande l'Internet, et puis, you're just looking for reasons because you know. It's because there's this cycle. Somebody is guilty of that. It's that cycle. So it's important to batch your task. It will make it easy. So when you get up in the morning, one of the things you want to do, which is why you're going to do your planning, you're going to do your planning, I'm not going to plan for you, is that you need to batch your task. I don't know about people that's batching this. You see about it. So, why does task batching work? You already know. It's a strategy to manage your impact by focusing on the value you're bringing to your market. So you want to put more energy on the things that will generate income for you, on the things that will produce the results you want. Those other things are important, but they're not going to necessarily take you to that place. And so more time, more is not in the sense of quantity, it's in terms of quality. And so if you know you're efficient for 2 hours, those 2 hours should be able to impact your market. If it's 30 minutes, it should be able, and the rest you can divide amongst the other things. This is what we're talking about. It increases your productivity. If you have to go down the cycle of call, research, write, call, write, research, call, you realize that you probably produce one, the very first one you did, and the other two. But if you were to follow the system of focusing, I know that in the morning I am top, and so I'm going to do my research and my writing in the morning. So when I get into the office, it's not chit-chatting, it's not, no, I know that this is when I'm efficient. I focus, I write my 3 papers that I need to deliver, and I'm good for the day. The other things, they don't require that much. You'll be more productive. Before the month ends, your delivery will be outstanding because you've met your goals, you've met your target. It just is a stress level. Because the stress, first of all, especially with those who are working, the stress at work, even entrepreneurship, the stress you encounter every day, it's already too much by itself. You don't want to add it by not being able to meet your target. So you want to reduce the stress as much as possible so that you can work efficiently. Improve your focus. The ability for us humans to focus is, if I were to say, let me do this, close your eyes. Just close your eyes for 1 minute. Visualize yourself in a hall. In a beautiful hall, well decorated, flowers, chandeliers, beautiful colors. Centerpieces are amazing. Visualize yourself in that hall, seated. Then your sister steps in, dressed in her wedding garment. Imagine what that garment looks like in your mind. And then you are at the parking, about to get into your car. You step into your car. You're about to ignite. And you're in a nightclub. Dancing. Noise. Bugao. Bugao. And then you see your best friend. After 10 years, you're so excited and you're running towards her. And you people are at the Momo Hotel. You're at the restaurant. Suddenly, you're in a room. And then you're back in the hall. That same hall where your sister was getting married. Open your eyes. Who was able to go through that? Beautiful. In the world where we live, focus is near impossible. So many things clamoring for your attention. Clamoring. Everything is like, see me. See me. See me. See me. That is how life is every day. And so if you decide to follow this disorder of, I am in the hall, then I am here, and then at the end I am in the hall, the focus level drops to 0. Productivity down to 0. And that's why capacity will help keep your focus at the time. In this hour, in this instant, this is what my mind is. And this is what happens. When you focus on things that are similar in nature, they require the same resources, they require the same tool, they require the same thinking pattern, they require what happens is your brain flows. It's like from one step to the other. Why? Because it's in a field where it recognizes itself. They understand that this is what's required of me, and so I'm giving my best. But if you step into that and then step out, when you come back in there, you need to reset and refocus. Now, people who don't master how to meditate and how to realign themselves, you close work for the day. You just say, oh, continue the work. You close it and you go, because you can't refocus. And so batching will help you do that in sequences, not too overwhelming, yet you get results. That's why it's very important. Now, how do you start batching? This is it. 1, create a to-do list. This to-do list are the list of things that you ordinarily will do every day at least. That is, every day you wake up in the morning. You have a morning routine maybe. You eat breakfast maybe. You probably prepare the children for school if you have kids. You probably go to the office if you have to. Or you sit on your computer to work if you have to. You probably leave the office and go for a break. You probably have meetings. Those are things that are usual in your week. Things that cannot fail in your week. It should be part of that to-do list. The next thing, you want to decide the time frame for each task. Remember, we spoke about 3 kinds of times, right? The focus, the administrative, and the sacred. So looking at that list, which one falls in which category? The work should probably be the focus time thing. Taking care of the family, taking children to school, taking laundry, going to the supermarket should probably fall under administrative time and where you can do things of low concentration. Sacred time could be maybe your morning routine, could be the things, all of that. So you categorize those tasks into those different categories. Remember, there are typical things that at least you will do every week. There are other things that will come up normally, and you know how to fit them in. But let your routine have a structure. And then the next thing, you want to group these similar tasks together. So in your focus time, what are the tasks that entail? The time where you want to do the things that generate income. What are the different tasks that make up that time? Now group them together. Group them together. So if calling is part of your focus time, it's important for you to call your clients and probably send emails to your clients, talk to, and group those together. Because it entails communicating with other people, talking to them. If it entails brainstorming on a new product, testing a new product line, group it together. Say, okay, this is what we're going to be doing. If it entails sitting with your staff and all of that to evaluate and all of that, group it together. Okay, the next thing, plan the specific days. This one depends. Specific days could be, so every day in the week that you have to go to the dry cleaners, right? Or to the supermarket. So you say, okay, on Fridays, during my administrative time, 12 to 2, I'll go shopping. I'll leave the office and rush to the supermarket, pick up things, and I bring back home. So on Mondays, 12 to 2, you have something programmed. Don't get up and say, I'll go to the supermarket. And they don't know what you've disrupted your routine. You've disrupted your routine. Set it and say, okay, Fridays, I take things to the laundry. And I have this time, I can go for lunch break from 12 to 1. And then 2 before I come to the office, I stop at the dry cleaners, I drop it. I could maybe call that friend, go for lunch with that friend. And I haven't seen in a... And you schedule it. Don't just get up one afternoon, maybe you have to go and pick up the kids or you have to go and do something. You say, Master, I'll go chop now. Bring my job cancel it. You're disrupting that disorder. As simple as it looks, it is disorder. You've disorganized your day. And you will become a pattern if you're not careful. You start looking for people to take out for lunch every Master you did, go chop, and you've disrupted your program. It's important to have those exceptions to do some of those things. It's very, very okay to have one of those days when you're like, okay, let me just do this out of and have a system, because that's what's going to permit your productivity. So these are the 4 steps that can permit you to batch your task very well and follow it. Alright, the second thing that will help your productivity, make a morning routine. 4. Was it 3rd? So, you see English. Where is it? 3rd, you need to have a morning routine. It helps, it sets the tone for your day. Whether you are a night person or you're a morning person, have a morning routine. It sets the tone for your day, especially if you have to go to work. You had better be a morning person if you have to go to work. Night person does not work when you have to work for an establishment. You had better be a morning person. First thing, have a consistent time when you wake up. It helps you. It helps you. It's discipline. Have a consistent time when you wake up. 4 a.m. Good for you. 5 a.m. Me, I have to be up before 4 a.m. because 5 a.m. I have an obligation. I have morning meditation at 5 a.m. So 4 a.m. I need to get up and do other personal things before that. Have a consistent time. If it's 8 a.m., if you're a CEO, wait till you're home. You have people. You have people enter you at 10 o'clock. That's fine. Have your morning routine. Maybe you get up and probably get your coffee, get your stuff. You need to have a routine because before the whole house wakes up, you had better have time for yourself. Especially when you have kids. When they open their eyes, it's chaos. When my daughter wakes, I wasn't still earlier. When my daughter wakes, it's chaos. You call her a little terrorist. You don't have breathing space. She pops on my computer, my meetings. Everybody in my meetings already know her. She just pops in. So you had better do those things that you really need to do for yourself to prepare yourself to face that day. Get up, probably if you're a coffee person like me, take your coffee. If you are someone who loves exercise, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, they're open. There is so many. There's walking, there is whatever. Because it's important. Let me tell you why exercise is important in the morning. Not intensive. You know when you're waking up from sleep, right? The sleep hormones are. To get out of the sleep hormones is not easy. Let me tell you, when you sleep at night, because of you who don't sleep, here, when you sleep at night, your body heals itself. The 8 hours you are normally advised to sleep, it's enough time for your body to heal and reset. So those of you who sleep 2 hours, 3 hours, guess what? You are interrupting and disrupting your body. Your health, exactly. And voila, you're healing. And you will have repercussions. Headaches, pains here, dizziness, all those things. So you need to let your body heal. It is not a crime to sleep, I beg you, my sister. Sleep. Sleep. It's not a crime to sleep. Let me, very good, count sheep. Do you know what, when I travel, this is what I do to sleep? I put on the TV. Noise. As that noise is in my ear there, I just doze off. Another thing, if you don't sleep at night, first thing you need to do, I put on the TV, but it's not advisable. Let me tell you what to do. To favor sleep, they say you do this for children, always be in an environment that favors sleep. You have a TV in your bedroom. Who has a TV in your bedroom? Take it out. It's not good for you. The blue light of the screen affects your sleep pattern. So as long as that light is on you, especially this thing, you see this thing? You see this thing? Please. I'm not saying take it out of your bedroom. I'm saying that if this is your bed, sit there and sleep. As long as you're on this thing, 5 a.m. will hit you. This light disrupts your sleep pattern. And when this light disrupts your sleep pattern, the time you will take to close your eyes with this blue light like this, they know why they made it that way. So you can browse the internet until 5 a.m. Aussi longtemps que vous dormez pour 6 à 8 heures. C'est très bon. 4 heures maximum. Small now. Parce que there is something. How many of you were part of the emotional self-care class where we had the sleep doctor? You were there when there was a sleep doctor, right? I think we need to come back with it. Let's hear it. You need to understand what sleep does to the body. We had a doctor that spoke about the importance of sleep and what it does and how it favors the generation of cancerous cells. That was a medical doctor. The lack of sleep favors the generation of cancerous cells and it affects the system. So it's important to sleep you. Problem not finish. Sleep you. Go to bed early. This is how you go to bed early. When you get back home, it's time with your family, right? Small work. Put that work. You cannot solve all the problems on earth in one day. Put that phone aside. Focus on your children, your husband. Be present in the moment. Ask how their day went. Be genuinely concerned about how somebody lives. Just cry and sleep. Cry and sleep. Focus on the child. Unwind from 6, 7, 8 p.m. Start unwinding, right? Start letting go of all these lights and all these things that affect you. Make sure your bedroom very little light. Very little light. So if your bedroom has too many lights, this is what I did in my bedroom. When I had my daughter, her cot, I realized the light was too bright. I just realized that almost 2 years I still have that. I masked the lights, so it's so dim. So you get it's really dim. So you get that it's like you don't need to sleep. It's quiet. It's telling you to wind down. And when you get in there, this phone is very difficult to leave it. It's training. We train ourselves to leave it. You put it on one side, and then you sleep. Sleep is not when you close your eyes, and then sleep is when you go to rest. You lie on your bed. You're not doing anything. You're not manipulating your phone. That is the process. Your body will take over. If you continue with your body will not. The body takes over before you realize you're waking up in the morning. Because your body has taken over. And then it heals. Which is the important part. It heals. The person who went to sleep is not the same person who woke up in the morning. You should never deceive yourself. The person who slept is not the same person who wakes up in the morning. There has been a change. And when you consciously do that, you realize that you get up in the morning very, very energetic. You're happy. Because you just know that something good has happened to your body. As soon as it's going to go to sleep early, have something exciting to break that goal down. Follow me to break that goal down. Is that okay? Alright, let's start. First, the 100,000 foot view. That's the first step in planning. When you're traveling by air, I was just pondering over this. As I was pondering over this exercise, I was sitting and I was looking through the window. I was like, Anyway, we're not at 100,000 altitude. We're like, how many feet? And I was like, okay, this is what it means, 100,000. I was pondering over this exercise and everything. This is where you have what you call the bird's eye view. When you're in an airplane, you saw what the eagle, when we were watching the video, the eagle from that place, seeing the earth and everything, it's like you're seeing the whole picture. You're seeing the big picture. In other words, you're seeing that goal, you're seeing what should happen to you in the next 3 months. Remember, we're using the 3 months period. You're seeing what should happen in the next 3 months. You might want to register that business. It's not small. It's not a small goal. Because to register a business in Cameroon, you need power. Now, it's stressful. Everything has changed. It's not like you're going to deposit and then you take it into offices and you ask yourself, what have you done to me? So it's important. Set that goal. Remember, I told you your goal should not be too big. It should be what you want to achieve for yourself. Something that will take you closer to that vision that you have for yourself. That's the 100,000 view. When you look at the big picture, what is that? In the next 3 months, I want to, remember you have to set what kind of goals? What kind of goals? What kind of goals? Smarter goals. Smarter. There's the ER that adds to it. There's the ER. It's specific. It's measurable. It's attainable. It's realistic. It's time bound. And then when you get to it, you want to evaluate again, and then you want to be focused. So you set smarter goals. It doesn't end at time bound. When you have achieved it, what happens? You evaluate. How was it? And then you refocus. So that goal, this 100,000 foot, what do you want to see happen in the next 3 months? Who wants to share? Melissa. Let's see. How did mine smarter while she shares her goal? and tell me if her goal is smarter or smart.
In the next 3 months, that's the next 90 days, one of the big picture I have is to create a beauty salon where I can employ. I will not work there as a worker, but I want to set it to employ women, especially because many women have been trained in that field, but they don't have the finances to engage. So I want to go into it with someone and then we employ those young women in Kumba precisely.
Okay, so let's assess what she said. Is that a smart goal? Look at what she said. In the next 90 days, she wants to set a business salon, a business parlor, a beauty salon, where she will employ people in Kumba. Is that a smart goal? Evaluate it. Use the different words, specific, use it, and then evaluate it smart. Is it? It's smart. Tell me why you think it's smart. Remember?
I think it's smart because in 3 months, it's attainable.
Start from the beginning. Specific.
It's specific.
What's the specificity?
She has given herself a time period of 3 months, which she will respect.
Specific. Go back. Specific. That's time now. Specific.
The beauty salon.
Measurable.
Measurable, which is M. Measurable, say in the next 3 months.
What should you see?
Yes.
What should you see
How
in the next 3 months?
do I visualize this business to be like?
In the next 3 months, what would you want to see from her goal? What would you want to see in the next 3 months?
I want to see the business as well.
Measurable, huh?
Yes.
Attainable.
Attainable. She has set objectives which have to be attainable. Like,
Is it feasible to see that beauty salon in 3 months?
yes, it's feasible.
Okay.
Reliable.
Realistic. Is it realistic?
It's realistic.
Like time bound. Is it time bound?
It's time bound. But now all this will depend on the budget.
The budget
Yes.
that she has.
Exactly. I was thinking before having this plan, you're supposed to strategize, you're supposed to have a budget to know how much it's going to cost to have this kind of business. So it's really
What's
about having
under
a plan.
attainable and realistic. That's when you break it all down. When you break it all down and you realize that it's attainable, you have the budget, you have the human resources, you have the now you can say it's attainable because you have everything 90 days to achieve this business. 90 days. Exactly, that's another. So you see, there's so many things. You know something. You need to be very. It could be in the sense that if she's already working on getting people who are already trained, so it's not part of it. She wants to set up the business, which means you have to register. So in the next 90 days, that should be one of our objectives. Registering the business and all of that, right? So okay, who else wants to share their goal? Want to ensure that all of us have something in mind that is really specific. Because always we hold you accountable to these goals. We hold you accountable to it.
Okay, so actually my goal for the next 90 days, I've been wanting to do a master's degree in HR analytics. So assuming maybe universities will start masters and the master's program maybe in October. Yes, so I'm hoping maybe by October I should have done the application process. I should have accepted my application process. My goal is to start my master's program.
Your 90 days goal. What is your 90 day goal?
The goal is to start because it's something I've been postponing. So that's my objective.
That is your objective. You want to have a master's program. That is your, it's going to happen like 2 years or so. So in 90 days, what do you want to see happen in the space of 90 days? That's your goal. That's the goal. The goal is not to start the master's program.
Okay.
The goal in 90 days is to register yourself for the master's program. That's it. And so you break down now what you need to do in the next 90 days to ensure that October you are a student. So, write it down. That's your goal. Who else wants to share? Who has another bird's eye view you want to share? Remember, we're limiting it to just 90 days. I know there is 6 months, there is 1 year, there is 10 years, there is 5 years. Break it down, bring it to just 90 days.
My objective for the next 19 days is to set sustain saving fund. To put in place
Okay, a saving fund.
Yes.
So, in the next 90 days, she wants to set a saving fund. Okay. Okay, now, yeah, she's getting into the specifics. She's getting into the specifics. Saving fund is quite, all right, it's broad. You need to narrow it down. So what kind of saving fund? And yeah, what kind of savings fund do you want to join Njangi in the next 90 days?
I don't really know yet.
Oh, you don't know? It's something you want to do, but you don't know how. She's having the best idea, she just wants, but it really needs to be specific. What's the purpose of the saving fund?
The purpose of the saving fund is to help me start side business.
Okay. All right.
And to fund the 18th birthday trip of my daughter. She's 14 now, and she's always dreams. She dreams to go to Asian country.
Okay.
And I plan to do it with her. By that time, I'll be 45, and she.
Awesome. Yes. 2 adults. Into the world. All right. So, in the next 90 days, what do you think you can do? You can start doing to save that money or to get to, because you have 2 things. You have funding your daughter's 18th birthday trip and you have starting the side business. They're 2 different things, right?
The first thing is the side business.
It's a side business, so you want to start a savings fund that can help you start off a side business. Okay, so in the next 90 days, what do you think she should focus on? Her objective is to start a side business. That's what she wants to see happen. Not in 90 days, that's not what she wants to see happen in 90 days. But in 90 days, she wants to start the savings. She wants to engage that saving fund. So what's the first thing she should do? Buy a piggy bank.
While trying to get a service fund, right, you should as well be doing the kind of business that you want to do within the next 90 days. So that at the end of 90 days, you will have the funds and you will really know the funds. Because having the funds and doing the business are 2 different things. You can actually have the funds at the end of the 90 days without knowing what you want to do with the money, you end up using the money for business.
Okay, I get what she's saying. She says to her what she should focus on is first of all identify the business she wants to start. You already have that in mind?
I have a few ideas.
But you don't have the specific. Which means where you should start is to identify the kind of business because it will determine how and how you save, right?
Yeah.
So the next 90 days should be, I want to figure out the side business I can invest in. Figure it out because she has so many ideas, but she needs to figure out which one she thinks is going to work for her so that you can start setting aside the fund. Exactly, because you've skipped to the next step. Whereas you've not figured the first one, which is what you want to put the money in. You know, when you save the money, you get to a point where you're like, this is what I want to do. But what you saved is not enough. You won't even be able to determine how much to put per time. So that's the first step. You want to figure out the kind of business, side business you want to engage in, invest in the next 90 days.
Thank you.
Beautiful. You guys helped her. Clap for yourselves. Next 90 days. Particular interest in this goal. Yes, no problem.
Right in the next 3 months, that's 90 days.
Yes.
I want to break through the international market.
Okay.
By, first of all, going to study like so art knowledge to my brand.
Okay.
Come back and be able to reinforce them. Like the first ever collection of 323. And be able to, because the collection is, there's a light collection. And this collection is for for my brand, as in the story of my brand, lighten up every darkness. So I want to lighten up, especially the orphans, through the sales of this collection. So I get back to the community. By December, I'll be able to orphanages, free Christmas food with my leftover fabrics and all that. So my focus is going to Nigeria, study, come back, enrich the brand and have massive sales.
That's your goal. Your goal for the next 90 days is not breaking internationally. Your goal for the next 90 days is going to Nigeria to study and reach yourself for that long-term goal, which is penetrating international. Who next wants to share? Please feel free to share. It's really going to help you focus. You realize how beautiful it is to have that clear focus in your mind.
My focus for the next 90 days is to structure my
Seeing people find meaning and a reason to keep on keeping on is enough. You know there is hope. Not only for us, for the generation to come. There is hope because somebody is keeping hope alive in their own lives. She's been through a lot. She's questioning, yet she still has the will to get back in. It's keeping hope alive. All of us are facing it. All of us at different levels. We are facing it. Things that at times we can't even say. But we are willing to take that step to go forth, and that's really great.
Please don't say I'm talking too much, but in the spirit of healing, in the spirit of healing, I want to really share this. From the first video we watched, the eagle video, when I started watching that video, I was really tearing up because it was very personal to me. Today I came here because I want to plan. When I read the note that I think you sent or somebody sent for us to come and plan our gorgeous chaos, it was very warm because I felt at some point that I lost 2 years. And for those 2 years, all I wanted to do, all I could do was stay alive. And so because all I was fighting for was in my life, to just stay alive, I lost track of everything. My dreams, my goals, my children, my marriage, my friends, everything just went so fast. And so when I came back, I felt like I had to dabble with everything. I want to hold everything at a time. And time was never enough. The moment I'm trying to grasp what it feels like 10 more, it's just going every other direction. And so I didn't know what to do. And so I started in the chaos. No plan, no goal, just one day at a time. And it's been crazy difficult. I printed out the worksheet. I couldn't feel it because I didn't even know where to start. But I want to share 4 things I've learned just this morning from the eagle video, which has been helping me. The first thing is that you have to recreate your life at some point. When I came to the point where I felt like everything was gone, I had to recreate my life. I had to forget about the person I used to be, because at some point I felt like I wasn't as beautiful as I used to be. I'd lost my voice. My voice is healed now. I'd lost my voice. I'd lost my figure, and the way I used to be, the way I used to carry myself, my confidence. A lot of things were down, so I had to reinvent myself. So just like the eagle reinvents ourselves at some point is very important. When you are divorced, when you are healing from a disease, which was my case of sickness, and then you feel like you have to reinvent, recreate. This person who was afraid, what can I do to stop being afraid? So reinventing like the ego, going, sitting somewhere and taking off that fear. The second thing is that you have to drop off unfavorable habits. Those feathers of the ego are unfavorable habits, and you cannot call them bad habits, but I'm calling them unfavorable habits because they are habits that do not benefit you anymore.
Yes.
Those feathers they needed to go off at some point.
Yes.
The third thing is that it takes time.
Yes.
Everything takes time.
Yes.
It takes time for the eagle's beak to grow again,
Yeah.
for it to start doing that by itself.
Yes.
So that the time that I'm struggling with all of this is the process I need to heal and reestablish myself, recreate. So it takes time for the eagle's feathers to grow again. It takes time for the beak to grow again. So all of this takes time. And the last thing I learned is that no one is coming to help you.
Oh yeah.
Nobody is picking off your beak for you. Nobody is going to wake you up at 4 a.m. when you think that you should be waking up. Nobody is reminding you. Even your spouse cannot help you. No, your best friend. They see what you're going through. They understand. But because they don't have your vision, they don't have your time, they don't understand what you want to be able. Nobody's coming. So you have to pick up yourself every day and do it for you. Pluck those feathers off. And it's a very uncomfortable process. Imagine the beak having to bend, having to turn, all of that stretches up, tears us in different directions. But it's part of the process as a woman. And that's what I've been doing for the past 1 year. And I am happy to say that I'm coming to a good place. And this program, all of this, and I'm very grateful. I'm organizing my first event this year. Intentional Woman Conference. Beautiful. Because it's intentionality that has helped me. I want to bring a few intentional women together to share the light that drives their soul and our soul. And so it's going to be here in Douala. I'll be hotel. Please. Every young woman.
Who's going to be there?
I'll be hotel. They go, I'll be hotel. In August 19. Awesome. Registration is 5,000. It's not complete.
So you share it in the group.
So that's
you share it with us, and then we share it with us.
Thank you so much for listening.
For this, we already have a picture of what that first step is, what you want to see happen in 90 days. And then the next thing is the 10,000 hour view. Right? Now you know what 90 days looks like. Let's just bring it down to 30 days. Right? In 90 days, this is what you want to do. In the next 30 days, what would you be focusing on? Because this is narrowing it down a little bit more. You're getting more specific. Let me use her example. She wants to define her brand. So in the next 30 days, what should be the first thing she should be doing? She needs to first of all figure out, for example, these are just examples. Does she need help? Or she wants to do it by herself? That's the question. If you need help, then the first thing is look for help. The first thing is look for help. That should be maybe your focus in the next 30 days. I want to find who can help me define this brand. That's your 100, right? That's your 10,000 feet view. It's narrowed from 90 days when you want to build a brand to the very first thing you want to focus your attention on in the next 30 days, which is identifying the resources that you need to build your brand. You want to travel to Nigeria to study. Next 30 days, should you be doing? Yeah. Has is raising money for flight. If you already know the school and everything, then the next 90 days is preparing for travel. Raising the money because she needs the money to pay the ticket, to pay the fees, to pay her lodging, everything. If you already know all of the costs, then you want to start raising that money to do it. As she next 90 days, is support her, buy clothes, sew. Amazing. She sold one for me and I went for my company retreat and everybody they almost undressed me. My boss, meeting my boss saw me, she's like, Lady, are you engaged? It's amazing. So if we can, let's support her. She's doing amazing. So we can contribute in raising that money for that school fees. So that tomorrow when she's on Paris and all the rest, we'll be first place. We'll be sitting, we'll be all sitting on the ground and cheering her up and saying, go Sulet, go Sulet. You know, that's the dream. So whatever you want to do, the next 30 days, what do you want to focus on? Write it down. Let me explain something about writing. I explained it once, I'll explain it again. There are so many thoughts that run through your mind. And this hypothalamus, you see this brain of yours? There are so many thoughts and ideas that run through. And so your mind begins to pick the things. And it's like, what should I prioritize? What should I hold on to? What should I? So what writing does is it sends signals to your brain that this thing is important for her. Reason why she's affirming her thoughts in writing. And so it is stored as a priority in your brain. And so the next couple of days, that's something that will be running through your mind over and over and over because you simply put it down. That's why I say when you have dreams, when you have visions, when you get up and you're meditating and you are having all those moments, always have a notebook besides. Why? This mind, as powerful and as strong and as wide as it is, there are some thoughts that are so not from this realm that if you don't pay attention and take stock, you will never remember it again. And so writing down helps you not only engraving in your mind, but keep it. So when they say writing, it's like saying affirm that thing. Affirm it. It's something that I want to do and I'm going to do it. And when you've handled the next 30 days, the next one, you see that, and you notice that planning is very easy. Just set your mind. When the mindset is in place, this process is ABC. The next thing is 100-foot view. So we're narrowing the 100 or the 30 days into 1 day, 1 week. We are bringing it so close. Now you know that you want to identify that you need help to build your brand. Now you know you want to raise money for your trip. What are you going to do in the next 7 days? What are you going to do in the next 7 days? You know you need help. For example, what would be the first thing to do? I need help to identify my brand. What would be the first thing you do?
Contact the people that I've identified in the 1,000.
Beautiful. It could be contact the people or identify the people that can help me. First 7 days. It's just to take stock. And then you break it down further, which is like the 10-foot and the rest foot view. Now that I have taken stock of this, then people are identified. I want to identify the people that are going to help me. Where do I find these people? You're going closer and closer. Where do I find them? Networking events? Professional groups? Where do I find these people? Those are the things you're doing in that 7 days. 7 days I want to identify. So where do I go to? Professional groups. Ask people around me if they know people. I go on social media. I do research on Google. Those are the practical things you'll be doing every day in those 7 days. So at the end of 7 days, you should have names you have put together as a result of all these activities. And then you move to the next. Now that I have these people, next step, I want to reach out to them. I and see who is a good fit. The next 1 week, remember, our goal for 30 days is finding that help. In the next 1 week, she's trying to get in contact with all of them to see who is a good fit. But that's another thing. There has to be synergy. If there is no synergy, don't force it. If you get in touch with that person and you sense that there is no synergy, your thoughts and your pattern and you know and like, please let it go. It's not for you. You force it, you get into danger. So there must be that synergy. You need to be able to say, yes, I can work with this person. I sense a connection, so I can work with this person. And when you've identified the person, and you've reached out to all of these people in the second week of your 30 days, the third week, you may want to narrow down your choices. Now I have these people. Who do I choose? Take the next week to start putting your tools and your force and against. And the last week, I'm working with you. And probably you engage the process. The next step might be, I engage the process now. You get now to meet the person. So what do? You start doing all the onboarding and all the things that, and all of that. And the next month, and it's usually something that does not take too much time. When you identify the person, the next thing is, the next month, you want to focus on the process of defining the brand. That now is the work partnership with the person. You lay out your scheme of work, how it's going to run. Is it 6 weeks? Is it 2 months? Is it 3 days? Is it? So at the end of the third month, you should be able to have the results that you people have come together to work on. When you break it down that way, it's like you're doing nothing. And in 3 months, you see yourself where you want to be. If you don't break it down as much as you can, you will get overwhelmed. You will get overwhelmed. Because you will realize that there's so many things you'll be missing. When you just focus and say, this week I'm just going to look out. Do you know anybody who can help me in this? I really want to do this. To you it feels like it's not work. That is deep work because you are looking for the right fit. And when you break it down further, at the end of the day, in 3 months, you should be able to see a result, which is a clearly defined brand that is attracting the people you want to attract. In 3 months, you should be able to say, here I am from Nigeria, this is my certificate. I am back. I am getting set for the next step, which is to organize my first fashion show 2023 to benefit my fans. As simple as that. Planning is a very simple process, but remember what I said. It is not about the planning itself. It's about the mindset. And that's why we spend a lot of time thinking, pondering, reassessing, refocusing. Then, very little time setting this. Because your thoughts are in place. You've gone through so many thoughts that are in your mind. You've thought about so many things. You've seen so many things and you're like, okay, so what should I focus on? And then you're narrowing down to the simplest thing, to the most basic thing to start with. Remember I said from the beginning, everybody starts from the bottom. Very first step. All boils down to that. When you narrow down your plan to 100 and maybe 10 feet and whatever, it is taking you to the bottom so you can build, which is not a bad thing. It is not a bad thing to give yourself a task of, I will just get up today and register for this event. I'm going for this event. Register for this event. You go there and you just enjoy the people. You have your objectives at the back of your mind. Probably your objective is to make friends. Just spend time because I might get people who. It's not a bad thing. You're not wasting your time because it's in line with what you want. And you won't feel guilty about it because it's a clearly thought out plan. When you don't think out the plan clearly, some point you feel guilty for doing the things that will benefit you. So somebody getting up and going to a place, a restaurant, whatever, to just sit down and have a drink and meet people. To some people it's taboo. How you want to come show how you want to get? To some people it doesn't make sense, but you with an objective, you know how important that is to you. And so you intentionally commit yourself to it because you have an end goal. You have an end goal. So we need to focus and narrow our focus as much as possible. As much as possible. So I want somebody to share with me your plan. Okay, question.
Yes, before, I just have a question to make sure I understand. So we have the 100,000, then 10,000, then 100. Okay. At this stage, let's say when we leave this room or throughout this week, are we supposed to have the 4 weeks times 3 already planned out? So we will say that week 1, week 2, up to week 4. Not 4, 12.
Oh, week 12, yes. Right to 12.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what this is all about.
That's what it's all about.
This week. So, okay. I just want to know
down. Yeah.
how far we should go.
Yes.
Okay,
You should break down your 12 weeks. Yes, that is why you have this.
Okay,
This is what you're using it to break down. That's why I gave you this. So you need to break it down, and then the different things you have to do to make sure, for example, if your week 1 goal is research, you need to break down what am I doing on Monday, what am I doing on Tuesday, what am I doing on Wednesday, just to help you. So when you get up in the morning, you have a clear focus before you. You're not just getting up and for example, so you have it all set out for you. Disclaimer notice. Life happens.
Right.
And if the failures will put it on the
Put it on the other week. Exactly. That is it. Life happens. You might just step out of here and something happens and it's not part of your plan. That is life. You deal with it and then you pick up. But the only thing you have no right to do is give up. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to all of us.
Right.
You owe it to your children and the generation and the world to succeed.
Yes.
So it's not about you. At the end of the day, you're just one minuscule in the whole picture. Yet, if they take you out, puzzle has a problem. So you want to play the role to ensure that you get the results. So who wants to share the 100,000, 10,000 and 100 feet view with me, with everybody, just to see if you get the idea. My goal is to get that in 90 days, and in the first month, I'm going to focus on this, and in the first week of the first month, this will be my focus. That's all I want you to share. And then when you get home, you'll be able to break down all the rest. If you can figure out the main goal, the first month and the first week of the first month, you figure out the rest. Because it's rinse and repeat. For example, I broke hers down. 30 days, she wants to define her brand. First month, she's identifying if she needs help and the kind of help she needs. First week, she's researching on the availability of different kind of people she can. She's researching the help, so she'll be asking around, who do I need, who can help me, who can help me. That's it, 110 to 100. So who wants to break theirs? But it's still rocket science, is that somebody's mind? It's still rocket science. It's easy, don't complicate it. Just give it very simple. Simple thoughts, don't over-complicate it. Just make it as simple as possible. It's for your good, it will help you.
Thank you, sister. Okay, for mine, the 100,000 foot view is the creation of a beauty salon, like I earlier said. Okay, that is a big picture in Kumba, precisely. So the 10,000, that is the next 30 days, will be to focus on finishing the business plan, because this is something I've been postponing. Actually, I was working with somebody who had to design the business plan. He had already given what I had to give to him for him to complete his job. I kept on pushing. So I need to find out, okay, somebody mentioned the tax, the business creation procedures, the taxation and all that, registration of the business. This next 30 days, this is what I will focus on doing. Now for the 100 feet, the 100 foot view, that is the next week, I will be focused on writing down that plan now. When I go back, I'll sit down and write that plan, and then get into a contact I have who works with the creation. He's focused on creating businesses. So I will speak with him now. So when we will sit down this week, when I go back, this is what I intend to do for the week. After I've submitted what is necessary for the business plan, I'll sit down with this guy and we speak. That is
Okay,
it.
amazing. While our business plan is limited, she is going to focus herself on registering your business. Okay, who else wants to share? We've come to the end, so you better speak.
Okay.
That is just the end of that.
So as she said, we might have many things to do.
Yes.
We have many goals, so I will just pick one. One of the goals is that my parents have been part of a group of friends, the association, for more than 40 years or whatever. So the children, we have grown together, we know each other. I mean, today, if one of them or one of us is a minister or doctor or by ourselves, it doesn't matter. Because we are like true family, true relationship. Just that there was no continuation. We started going to school all over the world, and we did not maintain that bond. Some who are maybe in the same country have, and so on. But the interesting thing is that every time there's something major, unfortunately a death, those are the ones who are standing next to you, naturally, from wherever. You even find somebody says in Australia, and like, huh? So you've been there. So my aim has always been to make us reconnect, to make us come together. And the interesting thing is that obviously the parents they want it. The children, everybody's like, yeah, it's good, but nobody does. So I've started contacting the ones who are in Cameroon at least. My goal for the next 90 days is to make us as a group. It will be Generation 2. Association Generation 2. So that's the 100,000 foot view. For the next 30 days, it means that we need to have decided on the format. Is it an association? Is it just a group of friends? We need to have an office. President, DP, whatever, depending on how we decide. The first week, what I've started is to call around to find out interest. That's what I'm doing now. In this same first week, I need to create a WhatsApp group with the people who are in there. Second week, I need now to push for people to who is or when can you be available to have a think tank? How do we move this forward? Then we will go on to maybe third week office. What do we do? How do we create an association, or if it's not an official association? So the idea in 30 days we need to be constituted in Generation 2 of that association.
Oh, beautiful. That's something to look forward to. That is amazing. That is so beautiful. And this is the last thing I want you to do for me, and I promise you I'm shutting my mouth after this. I don't think that you should do this, right? You already did the exercise because you already know what's going to happen in the next 90 days. Let's not do this. I don't want anyone crying. All right. Before we say this, I want you to stand up. I want you to move to somebody you don't know. Make sure it's somebody you don't know. You might know the person's name, but you don't know the person. Move to that person and stand with that person. You don't know the person. Knowing the person means you don't know the show, you don't know what is happening in the person's life. You just know the person because he meets here and events. Make sure that you're with somebody you don't know. Make sure you're with somebody you don't know. Just two of you. Is everybody in twos?
Yes.
Yeah. There's no one that's telling you. You don't know that person, right? Yeah. All right. I want you to do two things. I want you to give your number to that person.
We did that already.
Okay. Do it as we're talking. Do it. Don't say I will do it after. Give your number to that person. Exchange numbers. And when you write the name, this is why you should write besides. Who can guess? This is what you should write besides. And when you write my name, this is what you can guess. See what you should write besides the name. My ability partner. My ability. Write what should you tell me? All right. You're done, you can sit down. You're done, you can sit down. All right. This is your assignment. From now, this is the 8th of July. So, on the 30th of September or the first week of October, you guys will decide. Both of you should be able to send us, listen up, both of you should be able to send us another selfie of both of you in the next 90 days. So you have 3 months. Figure that out. You should be able to send us another selfie of yourselves, the two of you, celebrating your accomplishments. Very important. Wow. Celebrating your accomplishments. So end of September, right? Yeah. October, we should be receiving selfies of 2 of you, like here we are, celebrating what we'll be able to accomplish within the next 3 months. Wow. And in the course of the 3 months, try as much as possible to meet yourselves thrice. On Zoom, face to face, is up to you. Make it a task to say, at the end of every month, we're going to take stock of what's happening. Wow. What's happening? How far? What's stopping you? Yes, that's the first thing you do. That's the first thing you have to do. This is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to achieve. Second thing, have at most 3 meetings. You can choose the format you want. In person, let's go for coffee and talk about goals. Or via Zoom. Or WhatsApp call, whatever. But document your meeting. Document your meeting. Document it, let's know you met. Alright, that's just curious. And then the third thing you have to do is September 30th or October, is up to you. We need another selfie. Because I already know what you're going to I told you about if you send me this selfie here, I will tell you what I was taking here. I need the new selfie. In fact, Peter, make sure you have everybody in this attire because that's what we use. We want that selfie coming in and you celebrating your success. We want to hear what has happened in September, October. Because what's going to be happening in the next 6 months is mind-blowing. What we're going to do in the next 6 months is ask myself if it's possible. We are up to the task. So that's the assignment I've given all of us. You know your body, and we're waiting to see the result. Planning is essential for your success. There are no 2 ways. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Start planning, and you will know how to stay on track to reach your goals, so you can finally say, hey, this is that thing in my hand. This is that thing in my hand. Now, going back to my initial thoughts, there are dreamers, there are planners. Difference. Planners make their dreams come true. just want to give you some updates. There is dance, so can you exercise? This
there is dance. There is dance,
There is dance, so please call me.
I just want to steal the mic just to give a gift. Some of my friends will understand why I call it a gift. It's just for those of you who have businesses, entrepreneurs. I mean, I look at you with awe, I'm like, they made it, they already started. However, when you introduce yourself, my name is Greta. I'm a business owner. I have a restaurant. I cook Southwestern food. Specialize in European food. Thank you very much. I'm already looking forward to
a lunch restaurant, right?
So many of you have businesses. We're just that was my gift to you. But I applaud you because you made the first step. Thank you.
Great. All right. So we're looking forward to a lot of things that are happening. And I'll let Kate talk.
Before we announce, can we just write and give Leila a hand? I mean, this has been extraordinary. Sitting behind me and just tearing up, listening to everyone. Thank you so much for participating. It's one thing to organize this, but it's another thing to have people who just point themselves, and that's how it's been with this community. People who give themselves, pour out themselves, and we're so grateful that we're able to build a judgment-free space. The time has passed when women compete, when we sit to talk about each other. We're here now to lift each other. And that's why we have Sisters Meeting Sisters. So this is a community where we support, we collaborate, we encourage, and we heal and grow together. And it's such an honor having all of you as part of this community. Please keep coming and keep sharing. So just to announce what's coming up.
Please sit down.
Oh, please, sorry. So just to announce what's coming up. In October, we want to do a body image campaign. So our young girls, so much influence on social media. People want to look a certain way, and we have young girls or young women who are growing up and losing their confidence because they feel that they are not as pretty as what they see on social media. So we want to carry out this body image campaign in schools around the country, just to encourage young girls to be confident in their skin as they are. So if you're willing to collaborate or to be part of this campaign, please let us know so that we can plan. So that's the first thing that's going to happen in October. And International Day of the Girl Child.
October 16, October 19, someday in October.
Yes, so to celebrate that, we're going to do that. And we want to do it not just in Douala. That's why we're calling on women wherever you are. We want to do it across the country in as many schools as possible. So please, if you're willing to take part in, just let us know so that we can do it together. And the next thing is at the end of the year, we are going to have a retreat. We're calling it the Experience, where we get together for 2 days to just celebrate. So that's going to be between the 1st and the 3rd of December. So please save the date. We will send out additional details as soon as we have it. Save the date. It's going to be a period of celebration, learning, healing, I'm sure crying, games, but dancing, everything. We're just going to have it come together and really just celebrate each other. It's going to be from Friday the 1st of December to Sunday the 3rd of December. It's going to be really exciting. So please save the date. Additional details will be going out very, very soon. So now we're going to
have pictures first, but just to set the tone, I think it's important that we really love for all of us to participate in the body confidence campaign, the body image campaign, because this is something that a lot of, especially young girls, boys suffer from it, but this image issue of what I look like defines me is crazy. It's crazy, and it's something that's really dear to heart to because personally I've been a victim of body shaming for a very long time. And to be able to heal from that has been a journey. It has been a very painful journey to come to a point where I just say, you know what, this is the only body I have, and I'm just going to be happy living in it. And it took a whole journey. And there's so many young kids who are suffering, and the peer pressure in school and what social media and magazines and all of this is doing to them. We don't know how it's destroying our kids. So we want to launch this body confidence campaign as a way of supporting these young girls to know that, hey, you're beautiful just the way you are. What you look like is what you are meant to look like. Forget about every other thing and just love living in that body. So once we get to schools, I want to see how schools can join us, preparing the material. So wherever you are, the material will be prepared. You just need to take it and say, okay, I know this school, I want to be the ambassador to this school. We give you the material, you get acquainted with it, you get to school, you go there, have the moment with them, take your picture, do whatever you want to do there. We just want to have a guideline of how we want to do it so that we can spread as much as possible. We'll see how we can spread in different countries to do on that day across the nation and in different countries at the same time. So something that is so dear to our hearts, and we'll be so happy if you guys can join us to do that. And then the experience in December, we are bringing.
I don't want to let it
I don't know if I should say it or not. I'm not going to say it. But I can assure you the things that we are daring to dream for in December. The things we want to dare to dream for.
The venue.
The venue we are. The venue is making like that. We are really trying our best to bring resources that are going to. Yeah, it's going to be 6 months before time. We're really looking for amazing people from all over the world. We're trying our best to make sure that we bring the resources local and beyond, just so that we can have the times of our life. And I can assure you, I'm not going to say anything. So, that is it for what's coming up. And then please, this is something we really need to encourage. It's something we want to encourage. If you have an event coming up, okay? If you have an event coming up, you have something amazing you want us to share, please send it to us. Okay? Send it to us. We will share it in the group and let people know that this was happening to one of our sisters. And please go and support them. That's our own way of helping you. So if you have an event coming up, you have a business you want to promote, just do something beautiful. Send to us. We'll throw it out in the groups and on the social media pages just to let people know that, hey, there's a sister doing this somewhere. Please show your support and all of that. We're encouraging you to do that so that we can really ensure that at the end of the day, your businesses are thriving. Because your business is not thriving, you don't have money to attend events.
Merci de me passer la parole. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Je suis très contente d'être là et je crois que c'est la deuxième ou troisième fois de participer. Et c'est tellement touchant, c'est fort en fait, c'est fort en émotion, en partage. Par rapport à votre projet concernant la campagne sur le body shame, je suis un peu de l'enseignement, je suis professeur à la base, je fais beaucoup de business. Donc, je travaille à la délégation régionale et je sais que descendre dans les établissements demande des autorisations, etc. Donc, pour cela, après les autres villes, peut-être, je peux vous orienter chez les collègues.
Thank you so much. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Coming up. Yeah. So if there's no other comments, questions, let's picturize and then we dance. I have 2 gifts. You have 2 gifts. I have a gift. Oh, they have a gift. This doesn't love gifts. We like gifts.
Hello.
Gifts.
This is my second first sisters, and the first one I was here in February, right? Yes, I was here in February, and it was vision boarding. It was really interesting, and when I went back home, I took I took it by storm. I put my board on the table, and my 9-year-old daughter, she's very observant, and she'll be like, "Mommy, can I write my own? Can I put it on your board?" I'm like, yes, go ahead. So the board actually became really small, so I decided to use my wall. So I started sticking stuff on my wall, affirmations on my wall, and it just grew to this big thing. And I didn't realize that she had written something, she had just pasted something in the middle. And I've been looking for them to go to this school, and there was no space. I remember the day I went there, I was beaten by the rain right to my pants. Like, I was so disappointed, and they told me there was no space for them. So one night, I was asleep, and a friend of mine called me. What class is Jemia Amoname again? I told her, and in my sleep, I didn't even know what was going on. So I called her in the morning. I said, "So what were you saying?" She's like, she has a friend on the board who can find them a space. So when I told her, she was really so excited. I said, "Don't get so excited. Let's just put this in prayer and see if it works." So I was praying the next day in the morning, and I was looking at my vision wall, so to speak. I was looking at it, and then I just came across her handwriting, and she had written that she and her brother would have a space in that school. Wow. Yes. And so I took a picture of it, and then I sent it to the friend who said she had a friend on the board. It touched her so much. She sent it to the lady who was on the board, and the lady was like, "These children must get into this school." So she took it personal. She went to the chairman, she put in a good word. She said she pleaded with him, and when he said those kids can come, they should bring their school fees, she's like, she's going back home, she's going to do her own affirmations on the wall. So this is powerful. I'm looking at the vision wall. My own affirmations have not even come true, but hers did come true. And the lady said to me, when I met her yesterday, she said, "That's a powerful girl you have there. Nurture her very well." So I believe that what we are doing here is not a joke. It's not a joke. For her to have carried, she wasn't here. I was the one who sat here, and I was the one who felt all the emotions and everything. But I took it home, and she picked it up and ran with it like she was here. So I think our actions also, it's going to help our kids. And thank you so much, Helen. Thank you so much, Lila. God bless you. That was the highlight of my week. Oh wow, that was a great gift. Thank you.
First gift. I think I've gotten gifts.
But I'm going to give 2 gift vouchers for 2 ladies who want to try my driver service. So you have to determine, maybe you do a game or something for 2 people who will win. Now the gift voucher would include a lady who wants to use my driver within town from, let's say, 8 to 7.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a whole day. That's the bill is on me. Wow. Another lady who wants to use my driver for out of town.
Wow.
1 day. That's an early retreat trip. Thank you.
My God. Wow. Let me get. All right, you guys have gifts. We know how we'll get those gifts.
Personally, I just want to thank you all for today. Today has been a very inspiring day for me because breakfast with sister, I've seen it.
Raise your voice. Just raise your voice. Sit you down, Mama.
Okay. I've come a couple of times across the announcement of breakfast with sister, but I've always been reluctant to come. Even the last edition on the 24th, I had the opportunity to come, but something kept on telling me no, maybe the next time, maybe the next time. And this morning, I believe coming here is picking up myself from somewhere. I've learned a lot. I'm sure I'm a different person from who I was yesterday. I'm sure from other sisters' experience, I just feel like moving out of this hall, starting changing my lifestyle and
moving to somewhere with a plan, and I'm sure in 90 days, I'm one of the people you will receive with a great testimony.
Oh, where's our KK seasoning is adding 3 different dishes to our daily menu. So there's 5 free plates of Niger jollof and turkey, and then there's 5 free plates of our regular menu arrow. Then 5 free plates. 5 free plates of catfish. So there's 15 plates.
Hey! 15 free plates of catfish. One of my goals was to lose weight. I lost 16 kilos. Number 5. You have gained 2. Sorry. And I was consuming 1 coffee, and I was exercising. After losing the weight, it became a business. So I'm selling a. You see? That coffee. Okay. Yeah. Also a gift to treat your house. So whoever is going to win will just give us your house location, and the day you're free, we'll come treat your house for you.
You guys are spoiled. 15 plates of food.
I want to close the gifting. Yeah, no more gifting. Yeah, we're done with gifting for the day. Yes. Because this lady said they keep bothering me that.
Can you say that louder, please?
I'm saying I want to close the gifting.
As I said earlier, I'm not going to say I'm an expert, but I'm into beauty and hair. Yes. So I would like everybody here first to follow my page, Black Fairies. I remember last time we mentioned that. Yes. So Black Fairies on Instagram, and now I'm doing a promo. So to each of you, you have 1 free product. If you have one bought, 1 offered. Okay, that's what I mean. If you buy 1, we offer you the same product. 1. Yes, Black Fairies.
Amazing. Black Fairies. Follow. Everybody must have.
Okay, hello sisters. Hi. Comment on dit ça? Part-time, I do gift baskets. Donc ici, je vais offrir un panier à la personne qui fête son anniversaire dans les prochains jours. Next birthday. C'est avec moi pour ceux qui sont intéressés. Panier anniversaire, panier de naissance. Et aussi, j'ai un service de saxophoniste avec lequel je fais des livraisons surprises. Donc voilà.
Okay, so she wants she's gifting the next birthday. All man will send me ID card. You will send it on July. Okay. Please.
But I've been attending Breakfast with Sisters, and if there's one thing my elder sister Helene has taught me is to give back to the society. So basically, I've had a lot of business from Breakfast with Sisters, and from the last Breakfast with Sisters I attended who told me it has helped my business, my finances has been, I cannot just say. I can even give testimonies of people here who don't do their beauty services anywhere apart from the glam bar. We have Madam Susie, Madam Fonderson, Christy, there are many of them. So I want to give back. So the glam bar is going to be giving a free microbleeding and eyelash extensions to 1 sister, and another sister has a free full body care. So massage, facials, hammam, and everything. Thank you.
have a shop, babies, kids, clothes and accessories, 0 to 15 years. My phone number is 677
Take that number.
853119. 677 853119. Well, my secretary has answered.
Denver.
Well, I'm answered in Denver, yes. 677-853-1119. If you write to me on WhatsApp, I'm going to do a screenshot of our pages on Instagram and Facebook and send to you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Even though that's my aunt, she from the first session ever, she has been asking me to come. She has said, I'll pay for you. Come and attend. I don't have to be always telling her I want to do this, I want to do that. She just gave up on me.
Yeah.
And today, surprisingly, she saw me here.
She was surprised to see you. Yeah, she saw you here.
I went to her yesterday. I told her that I want to attend. And then she gave me the information and all that I came today. And it's transforming. It's a transformation for me. I can't even lie. I think before coming here for some months, I've been feeling overwhelmed. We're trying to achieve a lot at the same time, but this made me realize you can actually have it all, but not at the same time. Yes, and I need to step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 till whatever steps I'm looking for to achieve what I want.
Yes.
My own little way I can give back, since she's the only one that's pregnant here. As I was saying, I'm definitely pregnant. Though I'm a teacher, I'm also doing accessory. I have a brand, IF Accessory, so I'm giving 10 key holders. I don't know how they will do it, but 10 key holders from my brand. I do it myself. So this accessory I'm wearing, I'm doing it. So 10 key holders.
The gifting because today we have not respected time for some reason. Yeah, but it's okay. That's why I insisted I need to do the closing. Are we done gifting?
Yes.
Okay, for my own gift, I have a shop. I told you guys for a living, what I want you guys to go home with me is I love the good things of life.
Yes.
I sell clothes and shoes. I have a shop in Douala and Yaoundé. Yeah, handbags, shoes, clothes, office, anything. So I don't know how Helen and Leila are going to do it, but they know the way they are going to do their balloting, who gets what. Because these ladies here, they are all eyes on me. They want me to give to them.
Yes.
So I'm offering a dress. Wow. So I don't know how the winner will come up from, just let me know, and the winner will come to the shop and pick. Yeah. I don't know if the winner is in Yaoundé or in Douala, but they'll let me know. The name of the shop is Chanel Collection in Douala. Chanel, we are at Sab Bonamusadi, just beside H Club. And in Yaoundé, we are at Damas. It's the name, but the name is not Chanel. It's Ashan Collection. Yeah. Where's the baby girl? Yes, I do. But they're giving the birthday girl something already. That will be too much.
The birthday girl is already sorted.
So Helen and Leila will tell me who gets the dress. Yes, on our Facebook page is there, Chanel Collection 1. If you want my number, we can deliver anything. It's the Instagram as well.
Awesome.
Yes. Thanks, sisters.
In fact, we have closed. Awesome. All right. Group picture. Hey! Peter says 2 winners. He's offering you free photo shoot in the studio. Two winners. Peter, picture time. Hold whatever you want to hold. Behind. Yes, all over like this.
Please. Hello, sister. Okay, thank you.